Today I want to do myth busting about Hermes and in general Paris shopping. Please guys, stay with me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oksana. Thank you so very much for clicking on this video. I truly appreciate your support. Today I want to try to do a video. It's kind of myth busting about Hermes in particular and in general about Paris shopping, luxury shopping, or any shopping for that matter, because I'm gonna talk a little bit about a tax refund or returns, should I say. So all these topics I want to talk about today. And the reason why I want to talk about these topics, because before I went to Paris, and clearly I was watching many other videos, I find out that there is so much information is, I would say, misleading information. That would be a correct word. And not, I'm assuming that people trying to do intentionally. It just because sometimes we misunderstand or misread the signals or the information for that matter. Maybe even myself right now, when I'm gonna provide all this information later on, I will find out that it's not quite all correct as I thought. But nevertheless, I want to start. I have few points that I kind of want to talk about. And the first point, very important point that everybody's, I would say at least for the last year and a half, almost 2 years, are talking on internet. It's purchase history in North America, or for that matter in any other parts of the world, linked to the purchase history in Paris. And I can tell you guys, at least as per today, with 100% probabilities that it's false. It's not true. Because, sorry, I'm just gonna have a sip of water. Sorry about that. Because the very first day when I came to Paris and started shopping, my first actually shopping was at George Sank, and I asked if they can see me by my phone number or my last name for that matter, and they go, so did you shop before in Paris? I said no, but they said, but in any case, can you actually check me? And they checked me, and there was absolutely zero information about me because I never shopped in Paris. So they have to create a brand new account for me, but they put all the information that is absolutely identical to my information that I have in Canada, meaning my address, my email, my phone number, my first last name, etc, etc. So that's how I created my Parisian or French for that matter account in France. Then when I shop at the flagship store, once again, I had two different sales associates. I had the sales associate when I was purchasing my shoes, and then I had a sales associate when I was actually having my leather appointment. On that leather appointment, I got 2 handbags, one quota and one non-quota. And the quota bag I already did unboxing, so you can check it right here, or should I put it here? So I'm gonna put kind of an image of that video, and I'm gonna put a link right there, so please check that video. So, and I ask, in fact, I think one, two, three, four. I asked for sales associate if they can actually check my history from North America. None of them they can. And in fact, previously I shopped in United States, and when I was in United States, and I asked them if they can see my purchase history in Canada, and vice versa. When I was in Canada, can they see in United States? And they can't. So maybe one day they can actually unify all this system, but at least as per today, they can't. The same things happened to me at Chanel. They cannot see my purchase history in Canada when I went and shopped in Paris. The only one store that I shopped and they can see all my purchase history, it's Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton can see everything, all my purchase history, everything I purchased on a web, everything I purchased in boutique, all my returns or exchanges, everything is there. So Louis Vuitton is the only one store that clearly can see my, at least where I shopped, or I would say from that the very famous trifecta, meaning like Louis Vuitton, Chanel and Hermes. Louis Vuitton is the only one store that can see my purchase history in North America. So Hermes cannot see the purchase history in North America, and for that matter Chanel cannot see it either. So that's the number one myth busting about Hermes and in general, you know, luxury shopping at Paris. Number two, I also want to share my lipstick with you guys. It's Hermes. In fact, I already have several Hermes lip products and I really love them. This one, I got it specifically kind of for summer, a little bit more nuded, and there is a couple of more I want to add to my daily use per se. This one, they call it a beige Kalahari number 13. I absolutely love it. Let me see if it will focus. So this is beige Kalahari number 13. Absolutely love it. And let me show you the actual lipstick, because clearly I already tried. So beautiful, absolutely love it. And that's how it looks like on the lips. Absolutely love it. And it's a satin finish, very, very soft. There is one more, I forgot the name, that I really love it. I believe it's from limited edition, and that one I really want to get to my collection. In fact, I really love their lip product. I tried once matte finish. It was okay. It's not as drying as usually matte finish, but the satin, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So let's continue with the video. And over here I'm gonna talk about tax refund or VAT, the VAT at you know, Paris, that you're gonna get your taxes back, etc, etc. And before I did my shopping and before I went to Paris, I did extensive research and I watched zillions of videos on YouTube, and everybody is saying, oh my goodness, it's so easy. They give you forms and you just scan those forms at the airport and it's all like la da 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 da. Literally in 7 days, 10 days, you get all your money back directly deposited to your credit card. It's been already months and a half since I came to Canada, and in fact I paid all my taxes upon arrival to Canada, and that video is coming, guys. I just want to sort it out with this, you know, French tax refund or tax return, what term would be more appropriate, before I actually gonna post my other video about the taxes payments in Canada, etc. So anyway, see, when you fly to one destination in Europe, you just stay in that one destination, and then from that destination, when you did shopping, you fly directly somewhere outside of Euro Union. Then in this case, I guess it should be easier, and still it's not guaranteed that your form will work, you know, at the airport, because you actually, I didn't know about that, have to also kind of register yourself, I would say, the date of your you know, return to non-union country per se. But once again, I'm digressing because I'm gonna have the totally dedicated video to VAT. In this case, it's going to be easier for you guys to follow that information. But today I want to say, and I heard the rumors that it's 12% back, even 13, etc, etc. So it's all incorrect, because like, let's say I noticed when the purchase is more than 1,000, I think they just give you about 10% back. But as I said, I haven't received yet any taxes back, any refunds. And believe it or not, it's not that I'm sitting and waiting if it's gonna happen. No, I already sent several emails, received several confirmations that they actually received my forms, and we are processing your forms, you are under review and all other information. And I said if they want actual proofs that I pay taxes here locally, I have the paperwork to provide. But so far it's Zippo. I receive no money back yet. I'm assuming that I should receive, because there is no reason that they shouldn't give me, because I follow all the rules, etc. But it's not as easy as it's been described, or maybe because it's my first time when I'm applying, it's taken so long. Maybe when you did it already before and they have your kind of active profile as a shopper in you know, Euro Union and going back to other countries at non Euro Union countries, then maybe the second time will be easier for me. But as per today, it's a month and a half and I receive $0 in return. So that's kind of what I want to say. It's another myth busting, that it's not as easy as it looks. And I already did several paperworks online. I submit all my documentation, I stamp all my forms at the airport. But I will come to that whole story, you know, automatic scanning, that it's not actually always works as they say or as they describe in the store. Or you just go to airport, scan, and it's all automatic. Not always, not always. So anyway, the myth busting number 2, that getting your taxes back is not as easy as they tell you at the boutiques. So let me see what my so the next things that I wanna talk about, that I previously, when I watched the other videos, they say, oh my goodness, when you go to Paris, because it's a flagship store, they have variety of the handbags, and pretty much not only handbags, shoes, you name it, everything is available. Once again, I have to disappoint you guys, not everything is available also in Paris. Everything, even in Paris, in short supplies. And pretty much you have to kind of grab as it, you get lucky if there is your size is available. I'm talking even about the shoes, the jewelries, the ready-to-wears, SLGs, scarves for that matter. So not even about the handbags. Yes, on the display, all the handbags available, all in new colors, etc. And I was personally enjoying so much you know, looking at all those handbags. I was like a kid in the candy store. It was so nice. And in fact, I have a video once again shopping at the flagship store. I'm gonna link it over here, please watch it. I may have a little bit quieter voice, especially on the background, but still there is lots of candies, eye candies over there, and with the prices, with the new prices. So not everything is available at Paris, unfortunately. So here is another myth busting, like, you know, that that it's actually everything is available at Paris. No, in fact, almost like, you know, it's not as bad, let's say, as we have in Toronto. You still have variety of the stuff to purchase, and it's much cheaper, believe me, over there, comparing to at least Toronto, and I'm assuming North America. Even with the extra taxes that I paid at the airport, even if I'm not gonna get some of my taxes back, it's still less expensive, especially with the recent price increase in North America and Toronto. It's way less expensive in Paris, and I already shopped after the price increase in Paris. So not everything is available over there. It's a number 3 myth busting from me. The next things I want to bring to your attention, sometimes people saying to get leather appointment, you don't really need a purchase history in Paris. And it might be happen for sure, because, you know, some people get lucky. You know, you never purchase anything from Hermes, you just applied online, and, you know, it just happened. The stars are aligned and you got that appointment. And when you come to that appointment, the sales associate likes you so very much that he or she decides just to give you on the spot Birkin or Kelly, and in most desirable size, most desirable color and leather. could happen, it could happen. But I truly believe that a purchase history in Paris plays a major role to get an appointment. And I'm not talking purchase history just buying one Twilly. I truly believe if you spend in several different categories and they see the numbers that it's in thousands, it doesn't have to be in, like, I don't know, $10,000, $20,000 in my humble opinion. It doesn't have to be, but it has to show that you're actually interested in shopping in another category. Because when I had my leather appointment, she already checked me up and she goes like, oh, I can see your purchase history, you actually love our shoes, scarves, etc, etc. So she actually saw my profile and the things that I purchased at the Paris. So I truly believe that purchase history matters, especially with leather appointments. That's what I truly believe. Is it really matters to get an appointment online? That I cannot justify, because clearly you can just get lucky and get an appointment, but to get an offer of a quota bag during your appointment, the purchase history makes a major difference, at least in my opinion. Now I want to talk a little bit about paperwork, certain paperwork. In fact, I want to talk about CITES for exotic leathers. And I find out that this very important paperwork, unfortunately, all over the place, depends on where you purchase your exotic handbag. For example, and I'm gonna find image on the internet and I will show it to you. So here's the image of some kind of paperwork or receipt showing when you purchase some exotic items in Paris, and it's clearly going to show the name of the boutique, etc, where you purchase it, what kind of leathers, etc, like, you know, the date of purchase and everything. I believe the US paperwork is quite similar to this one. Please put your comments below if I'm correct, that you have quite similar paperwork. Unfortunately, in Canada, we don't have, at least in local boutique, the exact paperwork. And because I have my ostrich with alligator touch, which is alligator requires CITES for travel, and I asked them, I wrote an email to first I have to, okay, disregard this. First, I asked my local SA if I could get a proper paperwork named CITES, like, you know, on the letterhead, etc. And she says that they provide the sticker. When I purchased my handbag, I have a sticker on the box which is that sticker says CITES, but the date of the purchase, boutique, it's nothing says over there. In fact, it's actually all hidden, just with kind of like, you know, stars, etc. But there is some kind of sticker paperwork that CITES is like kind of present with my purchase, but it's just in the form of paperwork. And I actually contacted Amy from Fashionably Amy, because I know that she has her picotin with the alligator touch on top, and she says that she got pretty much the same sticker, but she got it on kind of Hermes card. At least it says on top Hermes, mine on Hermes box, but let's say how boxes could get destroyed or whatever. So it's just like, what kind of paperwork is on the box? I'm kind of like losing track over here because I'm a little bit upset with all this situation. Then I tried to actually contact the head office in Paris, And somebody who is actually in charge of the CITES department, she's kind of up top, she replied to me and she says that my local boutique is supposed to provide me with all proper paperwork. Once again, I contacted my local boutique. They called me back and they said to me, and the girl was almost a little bit irritated with me. She goes, we're doing this for years. We always give these stickers and nobody ever complained except for you. And I'm like, I think I'm entitled of proper paperwork for travel, and I don't think that the sticker on the box, and I literally have to myself, that's what they suggest, and take a pictures and show on the customs. I say, I don't think it looks appropriate. I said, Hermes, it's top of the top. Why should I go with the pictures and stickers, like, you know, somewhere? Give me proper paperwork. Once again, it's yet to be delivered to me. I still have no paperwork the way I wanted to see the paperwork for my handbag, and it's really disappointing. And what I'm trying to say is that you were thinking that Hermes is a top brand and they have clear rules or instructions for each, like, you know, stores, how to provide their customers with the paperwork, such important paperwork as the CITES for exotic leathers, but apparently they don't. And this is a little bit disappointing. So therefore, if let's say you have this kind of paperwork at Paris or United States and you see the paperwork that done differently in different part of the world, it doesn't mean that this is actually not a CITES. It just they don't have unified rules. And in fact, I talked to Amy, and when she purchased something from Hawaii, the paperwork once again looks totally different. So it means their paperwork all over the place, and it's really disappointing, let's put it this way. So Miss Bastin number, what is it, 4 already, I don't remember, that their paperwork is all over the place. And if you have one paperwork that's been given to you in one part of the world, don't expect that the paperwork in different part of the world will look exactly identical. So don't think that if you have your exotic leathers purchased, let's say, I don't know, in Asia, that the paperwork in Asia will look exactly the same as the paperwork in United States. So just for you to know, it doesn't mean that the paperwork in Asia is not correct or paperwork in Canada is not correct. It's just different. They do all over the place. Oh, that was actually number 5 about the CITES. So the myth number 6, I would say, it will be the morning appointment for your leather appointments are better than the evening one. And this one I truly believe is true, because when I had my appointment, it was the first appointment in the morning. It was 10:30 in the morning, and I strongly believe that, let's say, if somebody has an appointment at 5 o'clock, then your chances of getting the exact same options for the handbags that it was available in the morning slim to none, because I believe they are receiving handbags not every day, and definitely even if they are receiving the handbag in that specific day, it's still in the process of being organized, processed, etc. So you may not be able to have a chance being offered that specific handbag, even if it's already been delivered to the store. So I truly believe that morning appointments are better. At least in my case, it truly worked out with the morning appointment, and I strongly believe that morning appointments are better. And I think the last thing that I want to talk about, that Hermes treat every customer equally, and your look doesn't matter. And I wanna really talk a little bit about it. In fact, I did the whole dedicated video on my channel analyzing my own personal look. I'm gonna link it over here, the way I dress myself up for my leather appointment. And I will give you an example of my personal experience. anytime I was going to shop at Hermes, I did my best to put some kind of items that represent Hermes. And for instance, I was always wearing my beret, I always wearing Hermes earrings, I always wearing some kind of Twilly or scarf, or which is Hermes. So it's meaning like any, obviously my Hermes handbag, I had my Della Cavalleria, and like, you know, it shows that I really shop at Hermes. I always had my Hermes belts, etc, etc, my Hermes jewelries. So it shows that I'm actually Hermes customer, and I was always treated really well, and you know, kind of, you know, making me feel really welcome, that I am the customers that respected and wanted at Hermes. On my last day, just before I go to airport, I already checked out of my hotel, and I had a backpack. So I literally had a backpack, I had a baseball cap, I didn't have any Hermes jewelry or anything like that. So I was looking at my backpack, like not a bad, but I mean it wasn't really any brand, because I didn't want to attract attention, unwanted attention to myself, because in fact inside that backpack I had my quota bag that I purchased already at the boutique. So I didn't want to leave it anywhere in the storage room in the hotel, because my items were in the storage room before my flight. So I came to George Cinq. It was my first and let's say my last visit at Paris. My first purchase and my first visit was to George Cinq, and my last visit was also to George Cinq. And I was actually asking some of my paperwork if it's possible to email to me. And the girl was in fact not like rude, that she was like really saying some mean words to me, but she was extremely irritated with me and says that they only provide the paperwork for the local purchases and the local people that actually live in Paris or in France for that matter. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because the first day I shopped at Hermes over here, I received the hard copy and I received the email with my you know, invoice or receipt, or what should I call it, like, you know, the purchase invoice. And she goes, oh, it must be a mistake, because normally we don't provide it. And I'm like, oh, that sounds a little bit strange, because what's the reason not to provide? I don't understand. Just one second, guys. Nevertheless, she argued with me for quite a bit of time, and she says, she even uses the words that she has a specific instruction from the head office not to email any invoices or any purchase receipts to the customers, which is non-Paris residents, something like that, or not French residents, some kind of real nonsense, to be honest. I said, so I didn't start arguing with her any further, because I saw that it's not gonna take me anywhere. She already made her decision not to provide me with any help, and in fact she was kind of measuring me up and down that I don't even look like Hermes purchasers. And I was like, I want to laugh that in my backpack, in fact I have a quota bag right now, but I didn't want to argue. And then when I left her, I went to handbag department, and I wanna, clearly I'm not even planning to ask for the handbag, because I know it's useless. I never actually in fact tried to go and check for the appointment at the leather appointment desk. But what I came over there and I said, oh, do you have any bag charms? And the moment they heard a word bag, I already saw that their face changed completely. Oh, bag? I was like, no, the bag charms. Oh, she goes, oh, the bag charms. Okay, and then she will start asking somebody if they have, she goes like, no, everything is sold. I said, everything's sold? I'm not talking about rodeos. Any bag charm. absolutely any bag charm in any category. No, everything is sold. I was like, okay. So once again, what I'm trying to show is that when you're all dressed up and showing that you're actually a purchaser of the Hermes, they treat you differently. But when I was with my backpack and, you know, baseball cap, they treat me totally different. Totally. It's like day and night. Total different treatment. And after the fact, I actually contacted the customer service in Paris, and I said, listen, I'm traveling and live in Paris today. I need the copy of my purchase receipts from the flagship store. If it's possible, please email to me. And they said, yes, absolutely. We just need copy of your passport, that you are the person that we are sending, because yes, my email shows like my first and my last name, but you know, with the email system, it's anybody could be. So they said, please send us copy of your passport, that you are actually the person who is requesting this copy of this receipt, and we will send it to you. I did that, and they sent it back to me with no, like, you know, problems whatsoever. But when I was at the desk talking to that girl, she says that she has a specific instruction from the head office not to email any receipts, which doesn't make any sense to me. But it shows clearly they treat the same person at the same boutique that shop, like, you know, 4 days before purchasing something from the boutique, and they treat me so well when I dressed up in a way that it shows that I wear lots of brand names like Chanel, Hermes, you name it. They treat me differently. But when I was in with the backpack and the baseball cap, they treat me totally different. And I saw some other, you know, videos when people saying like, oh my goodness, I look like, you know, not like a homeless, but I mean just t-shirts and flip-flops, which is not even Hermes flip-flops, and they treat me so well. And it could happen. Once again, people are different. At the end of the day, we have human factors. But in my personal case, I saw major difference when I dress up in the branded clothing and when I dressed up in non-branded clothing, and in fact just a baseball cap and backpack. They treat me totally different. So that's about it, what I want to share with you today. The more video is coming up, as I said, about tax refund or return. I'm still waiting, hopefully getting some of my returns back. I still gonna do a video in details talking about my Hermes appointment, and I still have one unboxing video to do of my non-quota bag. So that's about it for today. If you have any questions or if you want to comment on any information that I provided over here, I welcome any of your comments. Truly do welcome. So that's about it for today, and I will see you on my next one. Bye bye.